Good afternoon, YouTube. This is Jason over at KRD Race Car Designs. I thought I'd get on here and I'm going to do this intro video for Terry's group build in memory of the man. He was a great guy, really was a great guy. Biggest regret I got is wish I would have met him sooner. Unfortunately, Terry passed away about a month or so ago. Due to health complications that he's been fighting for quite some time, and it's just it's really not the same in any of the in the lives without Terry. So it's quite sad, but at least his closest friends as well are doing a lot of work and a lot of effort to help the family raise money on his GoFundMe page for his funeral expenses, and that was really cool to see. Everybody seemed to be participating very well in that, and a lot of us have donated money, so which is really cool to know that you're kind of helping him and in the end of his time here. So, but what I'm gonna show everybody is what my choice has been. The parameters to this group build has been basically set by Brian over at Got Fuels Model Car Garage and Fred Henry over at I think it's Georgia Rods and Customs. God, that's terrible of me to not know Fred's channel. But those gentlemen basically set these parameters for this group build. They also worked with STS and develop some stickers for these group builds. So go over to STS Decals, they've got them up. I've got to order mine yet. I have not done that. They got really nice stickers to put on the group builds. Different shapes and sizes, different verbiage, some little figures. It's really cool. So in the group build, you don't have to build a car. Terry liked a little bit of everything. So Terry was pretty much on everybody's live stream. I mean, that's no lie. I mean, across the pond, everywhere. He got around when it came to the live stream modeling community. He enjoyed all the builds, whether you're a tank guy, a plane guy, a car guy, a monster truck guy, a ship guy. He just loved the craft. He loved the technical data. He liked to help with any kind of experience he may have learned the hard way. He liked to share what he had learned, and that was really cool. So he was kind of in some regard there, he was really an ambassador to helping people enjoy the hobby. So my group build, one of them, because the parameters that Brian and Fred have set is that this is a ongoing group build forever and ever. So there's no hard date at the end. They just, I think, kind of would like to see stuff starting to happen around the first of the year, just because Terry's kind of a prankster and he liked to do stuff like that, so they labeled it as April Fool's Day. And that's about the time that I'll get started on this. I have a build right now that I'm trying to get done for a automotive show that is the beginning of April, and I have to put 3 model kits in that full-size show as well. So trying to get those lined out. So many of you might have seen the picture that was kind of floating around that the family kind of released. And that is this picture of this Camaro that Terry had back in the day. It was a drag car, 69 Camaro. I knew he liked his Camaros. He liked a lot of cool drag car stuff. He's even his icon picture or whatever on his YouTube channel had a couple of gassers on there with a Christmas tree. So I have one of those that I'm going to replicate too for a group build. So I've got right now 3 group builds that are in mind to do for Terry. But first and foremost, I'm going to do 69 Camaro. So this is going to be my pick right here. This is the Revell 1969 Yenko 427 car. I'm going to do it as a drag car. Everybody that knows me knows that I love my dirt car stuff. I love my drag car stuff. So I'm going to do this in my flare and for Terry. Terry had a 69 Camaro. Terry also loved the color black. I love the color black. Everything I've got damn near here is black. So my model cars are about the only thing that's not black. I do have a few that are older builds, but nothing new. So I'm going to do this car black with the white Yenko stripes on it. And that's also going to lead into another segment of this. I had a friend that was building one of these in real life, and he was going to do it black with the white Yenko stripes as well. It was going to be a pretty mean car, and unfortunately he didn't get to finish the car either, and he had passed, you know, quite some time ago. So he was a good friend of mine as well. So this particular build means a lot to me, to represent two individuals. So that's why I'm choosing to do the Camaro first, because it's going to represent two great people that I've had the pleasure to meet. And then I'm going to keep the video separate so that this one's basically the Camaro, and once I go to do a video for the other car, I will post that up separate so that if people are following a certain group build on the channel, they can just watch that. The other one's going to be more of a gasser style deal in memory of Terry as well. So yeah, this will be exciting. This will be the first one that I'm going to actually shoot black, and we're going to make this kind of like a drag radio car. I think we're going to keep it where it still maintains some of the stock floor pans, kind of like Terry's old car was, where you had you know, basically a stock Camaro there that you've modified. That was the era, right? So you would put some glass bumpers and hood and stuff like that on there, and some race wheels, build up the motor. This car looks very cool. So I'm going to do mine all black, but in the Yenko motif. I've already started to print wheels for this project, and I've printed a motor already for this project. So that's why I wanted to get the video up sooner than later, before the first, because if I'm on any of the lives and somebody hears that I'm started, it's basically just printing parts for it. So that way there, when I do hit the ground running, I've got parts ready to go to start mocking this thing up. But that's what we're gonna do, and I'll show everybody. Kit is new. This was a good find, good score that I found this. And it was all there, so that was really cool. I know there's going to be probably a bunch of Camaros, and there'll probably be a bunch of Chevelles, and there'll probably be a bunch of trucks, and there's going to be a lot of great builds done in honor of Terry. So with that being said, I want everybody to, you know, just build the thing the way you would build it. That was one thing Terry always preached: build it for you. But throw in some flares, some things that Terry would have enjoyed. He enjoyed people to get creative and get outside your comfort zone at times and create something different, push your skill sets. In fact, I just did last night, and I can show you that. Here, let me flop this guy around. So here on the bench, this is my duster project. So basically, this one I have to get ready for the show, and I was just not happy with the headers that I had on this Hemi. So same thing with the carburetors. I hated all that stuff. So I 3D printed some carburetors for it. But the headers I hated as well. So I popped the motor back out and took the headers off of it. And I ended up having to make some. So this is what I used. I used the evergreen plastics. And I have a few different ways of shaping plastic, but mainly I use this guy right here, and some other styles of pliers. But I just sat here the other night and I just said screw it, and I just started bending these tubes up to get it to kind of fit where I wanted the collectors and stuff like that. And what you're seeing there is some tacky putty to just kind of hold them, to take them in and out, being that they're not glued. But I like that much better, the individual tubes, and I've got them tucked up to where they clear the ground. Some of these I had to cut the other stuff off the collectors. I basically used the collectors, but they merge all these things in the, so I chopped up the old headers into mini chunks. But that's the type of crap I just didn't want on the car. So I sat there and just bent some plastic tubing and went to town on it. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, well, you should have used solder. I should have did this. Yeah, I should have did a lot of things, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make them out of plastic. It was something that I wanted to try, and they came out great. So once I pop them off there now, and I'll prep them a little bit, and we'll get them painted. We'll get them glued in place, and then I'm designing some 3D printed mufflers for it now, because I want to get exhaust on the car before I have to put it in a show. This is a street car, so I need to get the exhaust done. So that's why I was going to finish the exhaust, and I just couldn't I couldn't leave those other headers on there, so I decided to make my own. And the Golden Commando, as many of you might wonder, is pretty much it's there. So I got a bunch of parts that are ready to just glue in there. I've got to paint all the injector hat stacks, and same thing, those two bigger ones are the velocity stacks for the carburetors on the Hemi. But the interior is all done, the chassis is ready to go. So the body is in the old Easy Bake oven, and we are going to let that sit for probably another day. I'm going to give it another day before I put tape on the base coat, and then we'll get the second coat painted, and we'll get her stickered up and cleared, and then she's pretty much a home run from there. Just a matter of gluing the body down and the radiator and taillights and windows in it, and we can wrap up the old Golden Commandos, and then we will be ready to get started on the Camaro. So I also, and I'm not going to show it right this yet, is the old Tom build, because I have started it, I have made a video of it, and I want to get the video posted of the mock-up of the old Tom car before I show anybody where we're at currently. So I currently have that up on the other shelf here, so that will be for a later date. So we've got some cleaning up here to do. There's the Golden Commando's body. The oven's cooling down. It just tripped out here a little bit ago. So with that being said, we're gonna call this video one and done, and we're gonna get back at it here. So I hope everybody has a great Monday. Hope everybody's dug themselves out of the snow. It's miserable up here. Got a lot of wet, sloppy stuff. Got probably 8 to 12 inches up here, and now it's all wet, rainy, mushy shit that's coming down. So have a good day, everybody.